We've been talking about breast health all month. Everything from the crazy news that we've been bombarded with. I think it was Juliana Rancic just 2 weeks ago announced that she has breast cancer, discovered it at 36. That's me. Just a couple of weeks ago, the whole world was mourning one of my personal heroes, Wangari Maathai, because she passed away. So you know what, ladies? It's very clear to me that there's a message coming through that I need to pay attention to, and you need to as well. It's so important to listen to our bodies, and I thought that it would be important for us to just have that conversation today. And what better place to have the conversation than while I'm making a meal? And of course, I'm gonna cook something that is nutritious and healthy, and I've discovered actually promotes breast health. So let's get into it. I'm just about to cook a dish that I absolutely love. Since the idea is to eat more vegetables, I'm actually creating these sides that we can use and work into a meal on its own as a standalone without having any meat. And if you're not crazy about vegetables, find the ones that you have sort of a taste for and just zhuzh them up a little bit. In my case, I love the taste of kale, but I throw in walnuts once in a while. I'll throw in honey or maple syrup to give it some sweetness when I'm not really feeling like a savory. There's just so many things that you can do to mix it up and make it interesting and exciting. So this is all about taking away those excuses. You argue that you don't have enough time for exercise. All you need is to be able to put in a brisk walk 3 or 4 times a week, 18 minutes. We can do 18 minutes of a brisk walk. I'm warming up my skillet. A little bit of olive oil. Working with an oil such as olive oil is actually really good for your body. You want to avoid the butters and those types of things that would actually promote some of those cancer growing cells. So I'm sauteing my onions in my olive oil and they're looking nice and golden and brown. They've softened up quite a little bit. And what I want to do is add a little bit of seasoning to it. So I'm going to put a pinch of salt. And to my salt, I'm actually going to add a little bit of garlic. So I have my cloves of garlic right here. And I like to just crush them. Really delicious flavor. Well, garlic and onions are really great as far as antioxidants are concerned, which obviously promote really good health. The other thing, though, is that the vegetables have been proven to reduce the risk of cancer, and breast cancer in particular. So you know what? Do all you can to get those vegetables in. Okay, so the onions are nice and golden. Throw in my garlic. For a kick, I'm gonna give it a little bit of red pepper flake. Because we do not want to overcook the spinach or the kale in this case, I'm just tossing it for a few minutes like that. A little bit of coriander and a little bit of cumin. And I'm going to turn the heat down because I have some walnuts which I've toasted on my pan right here. So I literally just heated my pan, threw my walnuts in, toasted them on that dry pan for a few minutes, and they were ready to go. And look at that. And it smells amazing. I can't wait to taste. Gotta taste. You know, I was so moved this week by some of the notes that many of you wrote me. Thank you so much for all the feedback and all the comments that you share about the shows. The past couple of weeks in particular have been really powerful and touching to me, and are probably the reason why some of these messages have really hit home for me on a personal level. A young woman who's 11 sent me this note. She said, even though I am 11, that doesn't mean that I am too young to get the news that you need to know about breast cancer, she says. Her mother lost both of hers, her breasts. And then she says, bless you and thank you for the information. You're never too young to take charge of your well-being and health. So if nothing else, start doing those self-exams as soon as you've developed those breasts, I would say. I've given you a play-by-play on how to do that in the previous episode, so please take the time. Once a month is not too much to ask. I'm really excited because one of my friends that I connected with via Facebook actually shared one of these recipes. Leah Lizarondo. She's got an amazing blog called The Brazen Kitchen. Please look it up. So my onions are sauteed and nice and caramelized, and into the onions go the tomatoes, and then I have my spice medley. some parsley, some paprika, some cumin, some coriander. We're making a nice ragu here. A little bit of salt. Some black, freshly ground pepper. And then goes the yellow lentil. I'm gonna pour in a little bit of vegetable stock and just let that come up to a boil. While we're doing that, let me just read you another incredible message that I received. So another viewer says, I am up close and personal to both breast cancer and lupus. I lost many in my family, including my uncle, to breast cancer. So this is the myth that a lot of men out there have, that breast cancer is a conversational piece for women alone. Well, you know what? It's a myth. It's a lie. If there are any concerns that you have at all, have a conversation with your doctor about them. This has come to a nice boil. Smells delicious. It's time to eat. I can't wait to get into it. So here we have a healthy, a nutritious, a well-balanced dinner, and it's all vegetables that are good for you and that promote breast health. You know, October has been a really inspiring and empowering month for me. All the messages that I received through the conversations that I had with Music Soul Child first, and then the research and the inundation of information that we received through the stories from Juliana Rancic's story to Wangari Maathai's story and Steve Jobs' story. So I'm counting on you to do what I'm going to do going forward, which is to listen to my body, to try and eat right, to get the exercise in, and to stay positive. Let's do it together and let's live strong. Keep it locked right here on Múkami TV, where your stories are absolutely inspiring, empowering, and transforming lives. And I'll see you soon.